It's the day after my 22nd birthday, and today is my first day in the Royal Air Force. I'm parked outside the Military Training Academy at Cranwell. My little silver Nissan Micra has all of my possessions crammed into its tiny boot. I look at the girl staring back at me in the rearview mirror. She will go on to brief hundreds of aircrew before missions in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. She will deliver intelligence assessments to 3-star generals. She will even become a leading expert in military female engagement teams in counterinsurgency operations. But sat in my little car, I know none of that. I take a breath, reach up to take the metal stud from my nose, and leave my civilian life behind. My mum describes a time I came home when I was 6 in floods of tears. My teacher had mentioned something in school that I didn't understand, something she normally taught to much older kids that she didn't even mean to say, but I am distraught that I don't get it. This will become to be known as the Vix spiral of despair. It's a shame spiral that kicks in whenever I make a mistake, when I don't know the answer, or when I think that you expect something from me and I don't know what it is. When the spiral takes over, my body freezes. My mind races as I clench my jaw to will away the tears. It's like the world disappears. I disappear. The only thing left is the problem. I was just 8 years old when I went to boarding school. I actually asked to go when I was 6, struggling to bear the weight of yet another round of goodbyes, as my father's career had us move for the 3rd time in 2 years. But I come from a typically practical Air Force family. Feelings? What feelings? You just have to get on with it. So I arrive at school completely prepared. I can polish my own shoes, I can change the duvet cover on the bed by myself. But I am clueless about these feeling things. I'm lying on the bottom bunk in my dormitory. Everybody else is asleep in the dark. I'm 9 years old, and I want to go home. My pillowcase is sodden from my tears as I clutch my teddy bear to my chest. In my hand is my magic waving scarf. My daddy gave this to me on my first day of school, and he told me that if I was ever upset, all I had to do was wave it, and he would know. And now I'm here, homesick and alone, desperately waving my scarf. And nobody comes. I start to numb off, close out, and just get on with it. And I'm good at school. I'm never the best. There's always somebody a little bit more gifted than me. But I am determined, I work hard, and I collect the A's. The spiral of despair is the only hint that I might be falling apart from the inside. The spiral comes with me through school, and the teary phone calls home after every exam convinced that this time I have failed. It's with me through university and all the way to graduating military intelligence school. I come top of my class for the first time. This is where I belong, I think. This box fits me. And for nearly 10 years, it did. I rocket in this world. I thrive. I'm the most junior officer to be awarded an Air Force scholarship to study for my master's degree full-time in London. Off base and out of uniform, I am surprised at how much I love the freedom. The freedom to study what I want, when I want, to think what I want about it. And London buzzes in comparison to those middle-of-nowhere Air Force bases. But when I go back to the Air Force, I no longer fit their box. It's like they don't know what to do with me. Everybody expects I'm going to be promoted, and I'm not. as a little voice whispers inside that there might be something more for me out there. That freedom beckons. I left without any real idea of what I was going to do next, because the notion of staying and regretting it far outweighed the risk of jumping off the cliff and into the unknown. Little did I know it would land me in burnout just 3 years later. My just get on with it attitude fails me. With the outside of the military box, with the external markers of success changing in a way that I don't understand, I assume that I'm not enough, and I pour more and more and more of myself into my leadership role at an international development consultancy until I have nothing left. If I had to pick one moment when I started to move towards a life with more freedom, flow, and intuition, this would probably be it. The first 30 years of my life have been dominated by institutions telling me that there is a right way to be. I know the limitations, I know the game, and I know how to play it. And these external structures are the perfect complement to the internal shield I construct for myself. A shield that prevents me from being seen by the world and that cuts me off from myself. Preparing to get on this stage tonight has been a microcosm of this journey. My storytelling classes tell me there is a right way to do this, that structure is key. And as much as I love a plan, I feel most alive in the unpolished, unprepared present. So, if I step off script, and I'm here with you now in this moment, with no structure and no plan, what emerges? Oh. Oh, I feel every pair of eyes on me right now. I notice I'm putting so much pressure on myself to say something interesting or thoughtful or profound in this moment. And actually, what I want most, what I desperately longing for in this moment is for you to be with, for you to see me. I want to feel your approval and your acceptance. I want to know that I'm doing a good job. That's what I want. I'm gonna jump back on script because it feels a little bit more comfortable here. Welcome to the spontaneous, open, and unapologetically authentic world of being me. It's 2018, and I'm in a room full of hippies. I've already been accosted by somebody who wants to know what my greatest desire in life is. I've not even had a cup of tea yet. My mind is playing the I Don't Belong song as we gather in a circle and start to share. As each person speaks, the spiral of despair descends. They're all so eloquent, they're so in touch with themselves. By the time somebody points to me and it's my turn, I can barely speak through the tears. I don't know how I feel. I go, I can't feel anything below my neck, I say. Doing exactly the thing I've been asked to do, not knowing that I'm doing it and telling myself that I can't. This is my first experience of authentic relating. Something will crack open inside me this weekend. I start to feel. I start to drop the shield and let people in, and I am hooked. Authentic relating will be my gateway drug into embodiment, dance, cyclical living, and ultimately a life in Bali. But just a couple of months ago, I was on yet another personal development course. We're supposed to be connecting to our calling. Everybody else is sharing this deep, heartfelt sense of purpose. All I've got from the visualization is nothing and no's. I don't have a calling. I'm 39 years old. Why don't I know what I'm doing with my life? The spiral of despair opens at my feet. And I don't go in. I keep feeling the sensations in my body. I listen to the judgments and the stories in my mind, and I stay with myself. This is not a problem to be solved. This is the experience I'm having, and it's okay, I tell myself. I am not wrong. Oh, I can breathe, no longer trapped by the rules and the expectations. All of the embodiment work, the authentic relating, the menstrual cycle awareness, they've all been leading me back to myself, re-establishing trust in my knowing, surrendering to the power of my wisdom. This is not a story of perfect transformation. The spiral is still with me every day. And its power is weakening every time I drop the mask of perfectionism and choose the immense power of not abandoning myself. It's messy, it's incomplete, and I suspect I will be practicing this for the rest of my life. I still love a plan. I still care deeply about getting things right. And I keep reminding myself there is nowhere to get to other than more here. No one I need to be other than me. So here I am, with my messiness, my contradictions, my humanness, daring to trust the rightness of my experience. Thank you. Thank you.